Osho. I wanted to talk to you about something. And it's all in here, actually. And now this, now you're all familiar with this one particular passage, but I want to share it with you nevertheless, you know, because I want to encourage you. It says, trust in the Lord, and this is in Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5, verse 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones. Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the firstfruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. Of course, now those last two verses there that I read, that's not about getting rich like these fat cats that get up there and preaching prosperity and stuff. They don't understand what that means. But what I wanted to focus on really is actually verse 5 and verse 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And see, a lot of people, they miss this whole thing. They really miss it. It said, lean not to your own understanding. We're supposed to trust in him. How can you trust in somebody if you don't trust them? See, well, that kind of makes sense, but that don't make sense, Marty. Well, what I'm saying is, you can say you trust them, but then when it comes down to the test, when they go to do something that you don't understand, you start doubting them. You know, it's like you start saying, well, that don't make sense. This can't be right. You know, hey, what do you think you're doing? See, then that's not trust. Correct? Absolutely. It's not correct at all. Think about what trust is when you trust somebody. Even when they do something you don't understand, you just know that they know what they're doing. You know, why are you doubting? Why are you? Why are you trying to figure things out for yourself? I mean, trying to figure out why God does what he does. Are you trusting him, or are you doubting him? Lean not to your own understanding. Those few words says a whole lot. You got to trust in the Lord with all your heart. See, and lean not to your own understanding. That's a big problem with us. But it is a good question. One we must ask ourselves, are we leaning on our own understanding? Are we trusting him? Alright, the big problems with atheists and agnostics and others, and you know, all unbelievers generally, but mainly with your atheists and agnostics types, okay, is they want evidence, they want proof. They want to try man's knowledge and understanding and try to find him. And you can't find him that way. You know, I mean, he laid the answers all around us. But see, what it comes around, it has to do with faith, that trust. Faith in him, trust in him. And this is where a lot of them still stumble. And there's Christians who are stumbling over this, trying to explain it to non-believers, and here's the thing, you're not going to succeed. The only way you're going to succeed is if God is dealing with their heart. Now, yes, you got to try to reach them. I know this, and you must. But what I'm saying is, if you're trying to think that your knowledge, science is going to bring them to God, it won't. Only God can do that. His power, His Spirit. So this we must learn and understand. But lean not to your own understanding. Trust in Him. Believe in Him. He knows what He's doing. Are you trusting in Him? Let me just say, everything I ever speak to y'all, I speak to myself. Understand that. And I care about y'all, every one of you. And I want to encourage you in the Lord. Live for Him always. Put nothing else before Him. And sometimes when you start catching yourself starting to do those things like that, try to pull yourself in remembrance of that. Stop. Put Him first. Always. He's a great God and He loves you. Shalom. And I hope them few words will encourage you. I know it's not much, but we all need encouraging. Even myself and you. Shalom. I hope.